we are going to be doing a writing challenge. So I found out about this company called Forest and Fawn. They host writing and reading retreats, but also I believe it's like 4 times a year they do writing challenges. And what got me into writing in the first place, what made me serious about writing, was the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, I think that would be great to kind of get in touch with my writing roots again and just have fun. Anyway, so I was like, I'll do this writing challenge. And so I signed up, and it's called Dragons and Wyverns, and it's a fantasy writing challenge. And I signed up in March. And I've been waiting and waiting, and yesterday, the 24th of April, at just before 9 p.m., I think it was 8:40, I got an email with the prompt, and I'm super excited. It sounds super fun. I already have an idea. But first, before we get into writing, we have to do the most important part, which is creating a playlist. Now, I can't have the music playing in the video while I write because of copyright, so I'll probably listen to it on earbuds through my phone, but I'll have a link to the playlist in the description if you want to listen to it. And yeah, so we're gonna start off making a playlist, and then we're gonna start figuring out the details, because I have a roundabout idea, but I don't know, I have the plot idea. I don't know how I'm gonna do the plot. I don't have character names, nothing like that. So we're gonna start with the playlist, and then after the playlist we'll move on to kind of plotting and figuring out the other details. So we're gonna go to YouTube, and I already have stuff. Okay, perfect. Peter Gundry is already in my search stuff. So this is one of my favorite composers, and he has this album. I love it so much. So definitely adding, this is one of it. So chapter 6 is Merlin's Sleeping Spell. I don't remember exactly what that sounds like, but that's fine. That one's added. I love Lament of the Shadow Elves. Oh wait, no, that's not what I wanted to add it to. The Mystic. I honestly don't remember entirely what all the songs sound like. It's been a minute, and also some of them I don't even think I know the name of the song. I definitely don't know what Tales of the Night sounds like. I've listened to this whole album so many times, so I've heard it all. I just don't remember. So I don't entirely know which ones I actually love the most, other than Lament of the Shadow Elves. I know that's one of my favorites. I mostly want things with a fantasy vibe, which a lot of his music has that fantasy vibe, and I love it. So I think that'll be good for Peter Gundry. Let's see. This is one that I really like by Lilith Max. Hold on, let me see if I can find one that's not a music video. I have nothing against music videos, it's just I prefer, depending on what I'm doing, I prefer to not have a music video. Maybe this one. Which, if you're wondering when I'm going to show you guys the prompt or tell you the prompt, I'm going to type it up and then have it up on the screen as I write. So I think I spelled her name wrong. I sure did. Anyway, Lydia Bard. She's another one I love to listen to. Now for the next part, which is reading the prompt and starting the process of figuring out how we're going to do this. To be no more than 2,000 words, but there is no minimum word count. To move on to the second part of this, which is one, refreshing my mind on what a wyvern is. So a wyvern is like this. Anyway, a wyvern is, it's got back legs. Oh, here we go. Thank you, personal and deviant art. So wait, what was I thinking of? Because I was thinking of like, kind of like a serpent, but with wings. What is a serpent with wings called? Dragons? Yeah, this was what I was thinking. Hers got no legs, but it's like a... So wyvern. Dragon, 2 birds, 2 wings. Okay, so an amplitude. Okay, so it's related to the wyvern, but, like, according to this. Interesting. Oh, isn't this like a dinosaur? What's it called? My husband's gonna know, so I'm gonna take a picture of this for him and ask him. Because he is my dinosaur expert. I won't get an answer within, like, the next few hours. Close this out. So now I need to look up wyvern mythology because I'm not too versed in wyvern mythology. That's not what I wanted to do either. New town. Okay. Research. Some people classify the dragons in the Game of Thrones series to be wyverns, but there's also a lot of speculation because they're like, oh, well, no, because they have dragons and they have wyverns. Anyway, so the common traits that I am seeing for wyverns are that they have 2 legs and then 2 wings, possibly more bird-like traits than reptile-like traits, like they're still reptilian, but they have more bird-like features. Venomous, I've mostly seen venomous tails specifically, like they have barbed tails that have venom. They commonly live in damp or cold homes. They tend to be smaller and weaker, and they tend to be like super aggressive. So because they are technically under dragons, like I'm sure the lore behind them is still different, but the story idea I have, I don't really feel like there needs to be like a lot of like lore behind, like I don't feel like I have to do like this huge deep dive into the lore for every type of dragon out there. I'm thinking I'm gonna work with the information I have for like my main character, because what I'm thinking is my main character will be a wyvern, and then go from there. So next, like names for my characters, settings, things like that. Let me tell you guys my idea. So I have to include at least a dragon or a wyvern. I'm gonna include both. And I also have to have an apprentice, a door that won't open, and a prize collection. For the prize collection, I'm thinking the dragon's hoard. Because, like, obviously. But then, a door that won't open will lead to the prize collection, which leaves us with the apprentice. Now, what I'm thinking is we have a dragon, and he is about to die, pretty much. And so he's looking for a, like, what's the word? Someone to basically take over and terrorizing a kingdom. And so he's had multiple apprentices. They have to pass a final test, which is to get to his hoard. And that's through this door. And like, it seems like, there's no way to ever open this door. And so the ultimate test is opening the door to reach the collection. Because typically when you see like something where it's like, oh, you have to get to the dragon's hoard, you typically see like an adventurer trying to like get by, but they have to fight the dragon to get to the hoard. Instead of having to fight the dragon, I think it would be a neat idea to see if they can get through a door that has no way through. There's no other way to get into this room, things like that. And to try to figure out how they would do it. I don't know how we're going to do it or what. I think it would be an interesting concept. And so, dragon is a mentor. So the dragon would be the mentor. And then the wyvern is an apprentice. So let's see how I do this. And so first, I have a few questions I need to answer. So first off, I need names. Which we have 2 characters. I'm going to keep it simple with 2 because I know the more people I throw in here, the longer this story is going to be. Why won't the door open? What is the prized collection? And then we need to answer why the dragon has an apprentice, which I already explained why, but just to make sure these things are also covered. And I don't know what else I need to answer, so let me brainstorm and I'll be back in a little bit. It's actually the next day. I never came back to the PC. I meant to, I just didn't. Oops. Anyway, so I never finished my figuring out the questions, but I think it'll be fine. Overall, I just need to it is dark over here. I just need to get to writing. I have 7-ish days. So we're gonna figure out the character names, the settings, things like that. Alright, let me put this down before I catch my hair on fire. We're gonna figure out dragon names for the dragon and the wyvern. And then we're gonna figure out the setting and everything. Wrong thing. Okay, so names. So names that mean wise dragon. And I think we're actually gonna make the dragon a woman dragon. Okay. Female dragon names and chaos and creation, certain body progenitor. What does that mean? Progenitor. Definition. Okay, so essentially like an ancestor. Wise or mentor. We're gonna go on the nose, sure, but I don't want the biblical names. Sure. Nameberry's a good source. Yeah, we're gonna write that down. I think it would be kind of cool to use that thing. My God, go away! Okay, you know what? Screw you, Nameberry. You did not have this many ads when I used you at like 16. I know how to say one of them, so I have to look that up, but I'm gonna go with Palace for the mentor. Anyway, so we have Palace for the mentor. And Kylastis. Okay, I did spell that right. As the apprentice. I feel like Kylastis just has that like medieval vibe, you know. And then Palace, I have an obsession with Greek mythology. I don't know. We'll burn that bridge when we get there. So, on the brink of death, no living can take place, remains in air. Our main setting. Well, I guess it'll. Sorry, I just realized an idea I had in my mind for this setting. Might not. Well, I could make it work. So okay, I was thinking like a tree, like the door is embedded into a tree, and then like you open the door and it like goes into like this like expansive room, which like. But the problem is like the dragon would need to like be around the tree to guard the tree, like hypothetically, unless you know this tree is just a bank. But I keep thinking of like the dragon palace being in a cave, but I could do like one of those caves, but like there's like an opening in the top where like sunlight can get through, and this massive tree in the middle of the cave, and they just kind of like sleep around it. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yep. Okay, so then if that's the case, we're gonna go with setting. I also need to figure out, am I gonna do this in first or third person? I'll probably do third, I think. But I don't know. I feel like I write better in first person. And that could be where they enter in as well. Because, you know, they're dragons, they can fly. And this is where we start writing. So I'm going to put on my playlist, and I'm going to mute my mic, and then whenever I'm ready to talk to y'all, hopefully I'll remember to unmute my mic. So, now that I have reached a stopping point, let's check our word count, and then we'll be done for tonight. 518 words. Not too bad, honestly. This is definitely going faster than I thought it would, because, like, now all I have to do is have him finish his little task, and be presented with the test of the door, and then once he finishes the test, and then the sequence of the test, which I already know how I'm gonna do that, and then once he does the test, finishing the story, which is gonna be the main issue, because I don't know how I want to do this with people thinking, do I want it to be like just him opening the door, or what, Anyway, so we're at 518, so tomorrow we shall pick up where we left off. Hello. Okay, ignore the dehydrator in the background. I have lemons in there because I have a market on the 9th, but also ignore the fact that I look like absolute trash. In a moment of pure hubris, I thought I could actually do my makeup, completely forgetting that I have no idea how to do makeup. So I tried to do like gold eyeshadow with like some like crescent moons on my temples, and then like gold all over, and then like a black lip stain with like gold on it. Hold on, you can kind of see it. And then I like took a picture. I looked like I had just been jumped. So now my face is all red, and you can kind of see like a little bit of like the gold. Well, I don't know if you can through the camera, but so I looked like I had just gotten jumped by like 3 raccoons, and I was like, okay, yeah, I don't want to look like that. And so I took everything but the lip stain off, because that lip stain was expensive, and if I put it on, I'm wearing it till it fades. I don't care. So you're gonna have to see me with a black lip. But anyway, so yesterday we finished off with 518 words. So today, the 27th, we're gonna try to get to another 500-ish. I did double check the rules for the challenge, and I'm gonna like pull it up on here later, but I do have to unfortunately go onto Google Docs, because they require you put it through Google Docs for the word count, and then put it through PDF. I don't know why. I feel like it's a little weird, but whatever. If that's what they say, that's what they say. I can immediately delete the file from my Google Docs, I guess. I moved away from Google Docs and switched to Ellipsis, because Google Docs has like AI fonts stuff. So we're gonna review the rules real quick. So anyway, so yeah, I have to have it done by May 4th. Here's the prompt. 2,000 words or less. I have to have it in 12-point font in Times New Roman, Garamond, Courier, or New Courier based. It must be a PDF. The name of the file should be the title of the story. I don't have the title yet. And then title page is a 1 to 3 sentence synopsis. Do not include your name. Color, you must have a white background with black text. And then official rules, story should be edited. Some grammar mistakes and misspellings are okay, of course, but if our judges cannot seamlessly read through the story, it may be disqualified from a winning prize. Your story must include elements of the fantasy genre, for example, epic themes, mythical creatures, magic systems, world-building quests, fantastic objects, mythology, etc. You must submit an original piece of writing that was crafted in the time frame allotted for the challenge. You may not submit a piece of writing that was written prior to the challenge start date. You You must include in your story the required elements / prompts above, as well as abide by formatting guidelines. You may not share the title of your story with any of the review panel or on social media before the results are announced. This is to ensure that the judging process remains strictly anonymous. Fanfic from an already established book / series will not be accepted. The characters and world of your piece must be original. Mythological fairy tale / folk tale retellings will be accepted. For example, a modern take on the story of Icarus or a new interpretation of The Ugly Duckling. Late submissions will not be accepted. If your story is not uploaded and submitted properly through Submittable, we cannot guarantee that it will be entered into the challenge. We do not tolerate bigotry or hate of any kind. If we receive a bigoted story, it will be immediately disqualified. Please visit the FAQ page to answer any questions you might have about formatting, submitting, prompt usage, and review process. So let's go here. Oh, wait. Where did I say that it had to be put through Google Docs? Oh, right here. I use Google Docs to check my word count. And I actually have to, and I can actually like do bam, 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 bam. Anyway, I don't think we'll have any trigger warnings, honestly. When it comes to my story, I actually have a friend. She has kind of been around since my very first like serious writing. Like her and I have known each other since like 8th grade. So she has actually agreed to read my story and just kind of like give me feedback because she's already kind of familiar with it, and she's a writer herself. It's not in the challenge, as far as I know of anyway. But yeah, so when that happens, she'll be checking for us. Anyway, so we're gonna keep writing in ellipsis for now, and then once we get to the end, I'll edit, and then I'm gonna send it to her, or I'll probably just add her as a collaborator. I don't know if she still writes, actually. I might have to ask her. Anyway, I'll add her as a collaborator. She can give me any notes and whatnot, and then we'll move on to the second round of editing, and so on and so forth. So with that being said, I am going to put on my playlist. I'm going to mute the mic. So, okay, if you haven't quite entirely figured out the whole premise for Palace and the, like, apprenticeship that Calestis has, I have Palace as, like, a dragon, but also a witch type character, right? So Palace is supposed to run, like, a sort, I guess, like an apothecary type thing, where people come to her seeking aid, and so she makes, like, their solution, and it could be anything from, like, a love potion to a protection amulet to a, like, a tincture for healing, things like that. So right now I'm trying to think what would be important for like an apothecary type thing. Like, if you're running an apothecary and people come to you, what would be, like, important for running one? Like, obviously you need to be proficient in the herbs and ingredients you use, but also you need to have some sort of customer service, you know. Oh my goodness, customer service in the fantasy world, can you imagine? Anyway, and you need to know how to collect your ingredients. So, like, foraging. Calestis to have effectively at least started learning the, like, medicinal uses, but folklore and powers of it, for example. And Okay, I have another thing where I don't know what word I'm looking for. Like, I keep thinking cloaking spell, but that's not it. Like, I'm looking for a spell that, like, essentially projects an image, but, like, I don't know, like, because what I'm thinking is, like, I'm thinking he is going to think that he has to, like, run the shop, but that instead of having, like, real customers, she'll do, like, a thing where she, like, projects this image where, like, it's, like, he is seeming to have customers, but, like, he doesn't actually have actual customers, so if he, like, makes a mistake, no one's being harmed type thing. But I don't know, like, I don't know what that would be called. It's a door. Okay. I just realized we have hit over 500 words. So I said I wanted to write 500 words today, at least. And we're at, oh wait, hold on, never mind. Don't count on that, actually. Maybe not. I forgot that I have all of this. Okay, so we're almost at 500 words. Let's see. If I want to figure out exactly how much that is, I'm just going to use a calculator. I don't really do math in my head or on paper. Okay, we have 944, and yesterday we had 518. So right now I'm at 426 words. So, less than 100, obviously. And, yeah. So that's great. Okay, I want you to open the door and enter the room. Close it. I think for Palace, I want them to specifically talk in, like, complete words. Like, I don't want them to use, like, contractions. I don't know if that's the right word. Okay, it is. I said contractions and immediately my mind was like, contractions? Like giving birth? No. Anyway, I don't want them to use contractions, and I don't want her to, like, use, like, any slang. I want them to have very formal speech, I guess. Not formal in the sense that they're like, where art thou, for, oh, Romeo? I don't know, I don't speak Shakespeare. I'm trying to think of a good word. Like, certain words bring out certain accents, you know? So I'm trying to think of a word that might bring out mine. Like, I know darling is one, but I don't think that one really works for me. just realized I'm supposed to be listening to music while I do this. Oh well, it's not too big of a deal. Anyway. How many words did I write? Just because if I'm okay, so 1137 minus 518, so 2, so okay, 7 plus 2, 9, and then 3, or 2 minus 1 is 1, and then 11 minus 5 is 6. Okay, so I'm at 619. So I wrote 101 words more today. The goal is to write the remainder of the story today, edit it, like do some editing, and then give it to my friend to read. I now know something new, something that my husband might not know, and that is that the little divot that the screw goes in, that the head of the screwdriver goes into a screw, is called a drive. Because I was like, how do I describe this? Because, like, now granted, if you don't know that, you might not necessarily, like, that's kind of niche knowledge, so I don't know if that's really, if people reading that are really gonna understand it. But that's okay, because I have a test reader. So it's good, it's okay. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say. I just know now I have an eyelash on my eye. Oh, I just realized I have something I have to do. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I just remembered, I remembered that, oh my god, why is my chair so cold? I might have to connect the heater over here. Anyway, I just remembered, when I disappeared for a little bit, that I had to take a product photo for my strawberry field simmer pot, because I got the labels in yesterday, and I wanted to put it up yesterday, but I was like, I'm still waiting on my lemon to finish, and I wanted to, and like I had some, so I could have done like a base stock, but I didn't want to do that, so I was just gonna wait till I could do them all at once, which, like, all 20 at once, which, obviously, when you're seeing this, it will no longer be May, or it will no longer be April. It's still April. I wish it was May. It's gonna be May. Anyway, so I was like, oh, I have to take that product photo so I can go ahead and get that up. I don't think I'll make a sale, or if I do, it'll probably be one sale. I don't expect it to, sell out. I'm kind of hoping it doesn't sell out because, like, I have a market on the 9th, and I want to have, like, a decent inventory. And then at some point this week, I'm going to be trying to do blue lemonade, like, dropping blue lemonade. Okay, I think we're going to go back here, and we're going to do a new document, actually. And we're just going to name this one prompt. And then we're going to go back. What was this? Okay, whatever. Draft 1. Okay. And we're going to copy and paste this. And then close that out. Go back. Put it in prompt. There we go. Alright. And that way we don't have to worry about that, like, throwing off everything. So now I can actually look at my word count and have an accurate depiction of my word count. Alright. Try this tomorrow. dragon used as a bookmark. Because, like, yeah, he could use paper, but he would need a lot of paper. And I don't want to have him just, like reach up and pluck leaves off of the tree. I'm trying to think, like, how do you describe, like, someone's, like, face, like, improving with disappointment? Because, like, you have, like, sad disappointment where it's like, oh, this sucks. And you have angry disappointment, like, oh my god, how could you, type thing, or something, I don't know. And I want this to be, like, she's, like, sad disappointed, because it's like, I really thought you were gonna do it. I think I'm just gonna put disappointment. I think that'll still convey the message. Ooh, we've got less than 300 words. than 200 words. I have to give myself wiggle room with that 2,000 word limit because I need to add, like, what my characters look like, as well as kind of like map out the cave. I think I want to change that to okay, anyway. Oh wait, I got my characters mixed up. Alright, we got 100 words left, y'all. Part of me wants to do Calestis so dirty and be like, he reaches for the door, excited to finally know that he got it right, that he passed the test. It's still locked. I don't know. Should I do that? I feel like that would be cruel. But also, it would fit the prompt still. Like, I think either way it would fit the prompt. Although, I guess that depends on the judge's interpretation of the prompt, too. Hold on. Pick a wheel. We're gonna let a wheel pick it. Actually, that's perfect. Okay. Actually, we'll change it. Type or piece in the line. Door. Excuse you. Door remains closed. Or door opens. Calestis, are you getting in or not? He's still not getting in. Ooh, I'm so sorry, Calestis. And that is it. We are done. Now we have to edit. And we have 43 words to spare. My shirt keeps writing up and I don't like it. Anyway, we have 43 words to spare, so we can add a little bit of detail. I'm like slightly worried that because I didn't realize, like I didn't like unveil what the prize possession was, that it's gonna be like disqualified, or they're gonna be like, oh well, you didn't actually include all the prompts. But like, I don't know, I feel like it's still kind of like open-ended a little bit. I'm doing this a day early because I'm going to be super busy tomorrow, and I don't want to forget about it, and I would rather just submit my story now, even though part of me wants to rewrite it, because one, I'm very bad. I'm terrible about deleting my writing and then rewriting it, and doing that over and over. That is precisely why Lost has not been published yet. Anyway, submit. I can also still edit this if I want to, so it's fine. And now, for the worst part, we wait. And it said within 3 months, so yeah. So 3 months is how long we have, like, maximum. Hopefully sooner, but we shall see. Okay, I just got an email from Wyverns Writers about the about the results. So the time has come. The Dragons and Wyverns finalist announcement is coming tomorrow, Monday, July 6th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be announcing the finalists on Instagram Live. The winning stories will be published to our website shortly after the announcement. Join us live, or check back later in the day to read through the winning stories. We're so excited to everyone to dig into these Dragons and Wyvern stories with us. As a reminder, your feedback will be available within 1 week after the announcement is made. You do not need to email us. Please note, feedback will be available for 1 month only. If you want to keep your feedback longer than that, please copy and paste your feedback into a separate private document. You will receive written feedback only, not a scored rubric. You will see 1 section of written feedback for each round that your story made it to. Okay, so I'll get feedback per every round that my story made it to. So if I only made it to round 1, I'll get 1. If I made it to round 3, I'll get 3. Okay. When your feedback is ready, you can log in. Okay, so tomorrow, July 6th, not June 6th, July 6th is when I will be able to read this, or when I'll be able to see it. Okay, so I finally got my feedback about 3 weeks ago, and I did record me reading it, but I was having a lot of internet issues at the time because I made the terrible mistake of switching internet providers. And so I had to read it on my phone, and then going through the process of doing all the editing, I was just like, this looks terrible. So I decided to redo it, and now y'all can see the feedback with me. So that was not the right thing. View feedback. So here we go. I'm guessing I only made it to round 1 because for round 2 it says /A, which would be not applicable. But this is my feedback for round 1. The sensory description immersed me in the world. I felt particularly immersed in Calestis' inner world and the world of Palace's store. At the same time, there were some world-building details I was left wondering about in terms of the broader context of the world. I was curious if it was typical for dragons and wyverns to coexist in this world, and if there are any dynamics associated with that. I also wondered about the magic system. Is it strictly spell work? Can any wyvern or dragon do magic? Or are they chosen in some way? I could tell that Palace runs some sort of magic shop. At the same time, there's room to clarify if her title is more specific than that. Is she more of a healer, or do dragons/wyverns come to her for any spell? Also, what type of significance does she hold in her community? Not all of these need to be answered, or some of the answers may be no, but sprinkling the answers to some of these into the story might help connect the reader to the broader context of this world and deepen the immersion. I could get a good sense of the characters from their dialogue and how Calestis thinks. Palace was characterized especially strongly with her dialogue and mannerisms. Perfect, that's what I wanted. Her first line of dialogue immediately struck me. It worked really well to set up her tone for the rest of the story, both with the language itself and the pause between "you're early" and "why." One thing I found myself wondering about Calestis was how he came to be Palace's protege. Is this something Calestis wanted to do or was chosen for? The fact that he didn't particularly enjoy learning about the magical uses of herbs was an interesting piece of his character, especially because it seems like an important part of the job, which led me to wonder how he became her apprentice. I'm curious if there would be a way to weave some of this into the story to deepen our understanding of Calestis. The way that the ending was unexpected worked well, and it felt satisfying. And it still felt satisfying. The pacing at the end felt a tad bit rushed when it seemed like Calestis figured out how to open the door, but I think having him not be able to balance that out well. If you wanted there to be a bit more closure, maybe just a short detail or line could be added that gives the reader a sense of if he's going to keep trying or give up. At the same time, I think the ending works as it is now. And honestly, I like the feedback. It's honestly better than I thought it would be. I was kind of expecting, like, red pen, I guess. Like, I expected everything that was, like, wrong to be, like, pointed out and, like, in an unhelpful way. But I find the feedback to be very helpful, and it's definitely something I'm going to kind of keep in my back pocket. I'm just kidding, I don't have back pockets. I'm gonna keep it for future reference so that I can continue to improve on my world building and storytelling. And honestly, I had a lot of fun, and that was just the goal, was to have fun writing and kind of get back in touch with my writing roots a little bit. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.